We're breaking into the Ceremonia store.
You need to call your phone up there?
This is Obsessions With, and I'm Ty Haney. It's a podcast, a vlogcast? Where I interview close friends of mine and the founders building the most successful and most loved brands and businesses today, where we focus on their obsessions, what they're most obsessed with in their personal lives, the core obsession that drove them to create their businesses in the first place. I've got an amazing first guest. She's the queen of Latin haircare, a Bad Bunny devotee. Come with me to the Ceremonia offices in Soho for Obsessions with Babba Rivera. Talk to me about what you're currently obsessed with.
Currently obsessed with Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, okay, pick that up.
But just always. The halftime show changed me.
Unreal.
Yes. And I think I've actually, I think maybe other Latinos can relate, but I've spent hours debunking this with my therapist because I was like, why was it so profound for me? And, so cool. And I think it was the first time in my life that I felt like other people worshipped my culture. And I grew up, always feeling like my culture, my heritage was a disadvantage, and that my job in this world was to basically shave it off and assimilate. And the sad part is that me assimilating actually has, brought me a lot of success. But during that halftime show, I felt like I was reconnected with my roots, and it gave me, I think, a taste for what it's probably like to be the person whose culture has always been the default. It was the first time that my culture was the default.
Yeah.
I understood every word. I understood
so cool.
all the references, and people who weren't part of it wanted to be part of it. And yeah, my favorite Bad Bunny quote is ahora todos quieren ser latinos, pero le falta sazón. So he's basically now everyone wants to be Latinos, but they're lacking a little bit of sazón. And that's I think what I felt. I was like, I'm proud to be Latina.
It's so cool. And he's out here. There's a lot of homage to Bad Bunny in the office. I can't wait to take the tour.
You should see my home office. I have a huge cutout.
That's so cute. Your workmate. I think I've seen it on social.
Yeah, I'm whenever I'm oh, things are hard, I'm he's cheering on me.
I love it. Amazing.
Guys, I promise I'm not insane. Just a little bit, but.
And you're going to Coachella this year.
To see Karol G. That's another obsession. So I think I'm just in my, honoring my roots era. And I have been I've been waiting for this moment, I think, for a long time. I started Ceremonia 5 years ago with the mission to put Latin culture on the world map. And I feel like that moment is finally starting to come into fruition.
It's crescendoing like crazy. Yeah. What a cool vision, mission, etc. And then to see it come to life.
Yeah, and Karol G is the first Latina to ever headline Coachella this year. So I did not think I was going to go back to Coachella as a mom of four and, in my mid-30s. But when I saw Karol G headlining, I was like, it's happening.
We're going.
She's going.
We'll be there. That's amazing. By the way, it's rainy outside. On your Instagram, I saw you do a little deal with somebody's hair. Can you do that for me, please?
Okay. I call it the lip gloss for your hair because you know how your favorite lip gloss, you have it in every purse. I have this in every purse, and it's just a little mascara wand like this that just combs through all of the flyaways without making the hair greasy or weighing it down.
ASMR. Really?
No,
okay.
This is so satisfying for me. I do this on my kids. My kids have, mixed racial, hair. So they have very fine hair, but very frizzy from my side of the family.
What are their names?
Alma, Selma, Brita, and Frida.
Sunny's favorite product, she's obsessed with the Pecky. How do you say? Pecky.
The Pecky curl?
Yeah, but she doesn't have curly hair, but she loves it. Christina from the team TYB and previously Ceremonia, which is very full circle, keeps telling me you got to spill the tea on that product.
Yeah, okay. So guys, we just had such a big assortment and we're such a small brand, it's so hard for people to navigate which product to get. Let's just simplify, let's, discontinue some products. I made the decision to discontinue Pecky Curl Activator because it was not the product that was driving the most new time, first time customers. It didn't. like, I think volume-wise, it just wasn't like a bestseller. And then we discontinued it.
And heard about it.
And now people will not stop DMing me about it. I have people who are like, day 7 of asking for Pick a Curl Activator to come back.
Really?
Day 10 of praying for
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And then I started to digging into the data more, and it's like, yeah, by volume, it doesn't compare to like the rest of our products, but the people who use Pick a Curl Activator are diehard fans.
Right, they buy it over and over.
Yeah, over and over again. So I was like, oh my God, I looked at the data completely wrong when I made this decision, so we're bringing it back. So we discontinued it, and people have been raging about it.
Okay.
People speak and we listen. So it's coming back.
It.
And it's coming back in like a more improved packaging. And I'm very excited. It's going to be even better.
Sunny loves that, which is funny because she just has waves. But it still works, and it smells delicious. Yeah. And then she also loves the spray, which I think is for repair, which obviously as a little kid hair you don't really need, but she's obsessed with
the rescue spray?
Yeah, the rescue spray.
Okay, so my kids love this spray too. This one?
Right? Every day she won't go to school without this. It's like the main event.
I was asking Alma why she loves it so much. Alma is my oldest. She can actually like put feelings into words, and like the rest are just like and she said because it makes my hair not hurt.
And I was like, detangler?
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, because she knows the difference of detangling with versus without.
Right.
The rescue
interesting.
Spray.
Okay.
Yeah. So I use it on my kids every day too.
It's a favorite for Sunny. It's so cute.
Yeah, and it also good for you because you live in sunny.
I definitely use it, but Sunny requests it every day. It's like part of the ritual now.
So sweet, but also has sun protection, so it keeps her hair protected when she's out on recess.
That's amazing. Whatever. I love
riding ponies and all the things you guys do.
We do a lot of riding, and we have chickens. We're out on the farm.
We're getting chickens.
Okay, I was going to ask you what's happening in Tuxedo.
Yeah, so I also live in the woods now, which is funny to think about when we met.
Right here
in Soho at a dog jog for OV. Also, this is OG OV.
I know you said that in perfect Ceremonia pink. We're close to it.
No, that's why I keep it in my office because whenever I need to record something for Guava, I'm like, my Guava pink shirt, into character. So a lot has happened, right? We met before we had any children, and now we collectively have 6 children. So I live 1 hour up north. It's called Tuxedo Park. We're surrounded by lakes. I see deers and bears.
Deers and bears, lots of them.
Guys.
I love it.
Mom brain is still a thing. They say it takes 2 years to fully recover. It hasn't been 2 years since my twins.
Okay.
So
it's just full. It's always on. Yeah. It's like, here we are.
I'm still not recovered. But
what prompted moving to Tuxedo Park?
It was actually the school. We bought a house in Tuxedo as a second home. I mean, you remember the days in Tuxedo. It was, my countryside house. And the pandemic hit. We started spending more and more time there. Then we had Alma. And we still kept a place in the city. And I was going back and forth. And I never thought I would leave the city. So that was never really in the cards for me. But then when we started touring schools for Alma, like for pre-K, I was just shocked by how depressing a lot of the New York schools are. They were like, yeah, we go out every day. And then you look at the outdoor place and it's like a prison yard. And you're like, cool. And then you look at like the classrooms. I'm like, where are the windows? They're like there. And it's like basement windows. And I was like, this is so sad. This is not how I grew up. I grew up in Sweden. Like
nature.
I had so much access to nature. And that's why I love nature today. So I was like, I want that for my children. And then my husband and I basically were like, should we at least look at the school up in Tuxedo? And we're like, yeah, I guess just as a reference point. Like, there's no way we're moving there full time, but just like as a reference point. And I think like 1 minute into touring that school, like we just looked at each other. We're like, I mean,
gotta be here.
This is it. Like, so then we started doing a bit of a reverse commute where we would have our daughter in school at Tuxedo and then we would go into the city on the weekends.
Okay.
So we had the city apartment as like the weekend home and our Monday to Friday life in Tuxedo because we were both working remote. But then so many young families started to move out there. I mean, 3 of my really good friends ended up buying houses. Yeah, hard. 3 of my friends bought homes there.
So cool.
And 2 of which are like my closest friends. Like I adore them, and now they're my neighbors. And so next thing I knew, we just had our entire community there for our children. I still have like my, entrepreneur and like single girlfriends living in the city, and I still see them when I'm here for work and stuff. But my family life is in the woods with the bears and the deers.
It's so amazing. Similarly, spend time in Boulder now, and like that's where I'm from. Nature, etc. But I always felt so small to like go back to at this point in life. I was like, is this really where I need to be? But Sunny goes to the same kindergarten that I went to, the elementary school. And it's the sweetest thing ever. And my mom's there, etc. So I totally get it.
That's so sweet.
Isn't that cute?
That's so full circle.
I know, it's totally nuts. I forget, I feel like we talked about this at some point. Were you like really clear on wanting to have kids?
No, not really. I mean, I had a very complicated relationship to it because the only motherhood experience I knew of was the one of my own mom.
Okay.
And my mom had difficult pregnancies. She, didn't have like a super supportive husband. She didn't have good finances. She also didn't have the resources that, we have today. And so it was difficult. And she made sure to tell the world that it was difficult. So, and like childbirth was hard. She's like, I was in labor for 38 hours, and I was like, okay, I don't think I want that.
Got it.
So I was very scared. And simultaneously, I also saw how my mom never achieved independence. And I felt very strongly that I want to be able to stand on my own two legs. As much as I believe in marriage and I believe in family and all of that, I also want to have a sense of self and independence. So that was such a priority for me. And I was so busy, building my career. So I kept pushing it out. And then I was also really scared of childbirth, like actually giving birth.
Because your mom had made it such a thing.
Exactly. And also pregnancy scared me. I was like, oh, in my head, pregnancy meant disability.
Okay.
Like you can't tie your
Life's
shoes.
over.
You're gonna lay on a couch, So it was
partially true.
You're like, I mean,
at the end.
I never got to the end because all my kids were born in week 35.
God,
so I don't know that part.
I never had a contraction. Isn't that? Did you?
Yeah. I had full like. That's the beauty of it, that I had like full on, natural births, and I thought I was gonna go for all the, epidural, and I just never felt like because I kept thinking that it was gonna get worse. So I was like, I'm gonna save that for when it's really bad, and then the baby was here,
That's amazing. Wow.
So I think I overcame a lot of my own fears and limiting beliefs with my first child, and after that, I was like, I am limitless. Like in my mind, I was like, I'm a superhuman. If I can do this, I can do anything. And my husband and I looked at each other. We were like, we just want to have as many kids as possible. We want to have a house where kids are just running around everywhere. Like we were, clearly like, I think sleep deprived and delulu. But also, like, be careful what you wish for, because now I have 4 kids.
It's so nuts.
Yeah.
I'm curious, as you think to yourself as like baby Babba or little Babba, are there specific attributes or traits or just experiences that have like very obviously culminated in what you're doing today?
Yeah, I've always been super opinionated.
Okay.
I think being in charge was written in the cards from day one. Like my mom could not even tell me what to wear.
Okay.
Like since I was 5 years old, I've been dressing myself. And an interest in fashion has also been present since I was 5 years old. And I think independence also. Like my mom tells me how like I just wanted to do things myself.
Yeah.
Like if she was helping me put on my pants, I was like, no, like I can't
It's your thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that is very present.
I mean, in walking over here, I was just thinking about all the amazing things about you, and I'm like, taste keeps coming up for me. You have such amazing taste, and the world that you've built kind of across the board reflects that. Like, what are the origins of that? It sounds like maybe your mom wasn't like the fashion person or really the origination of that. What does it come from?
My dad is an artist. My dad is actually an interesting person, and I think if he would have, had in an alternative reality, we would have probably been more similar.
Okay.
Like if he would have had the opportunities that I had. He was a hairdresser back in Chile, so there is a very full circle moment for me starting a hair brand. He has always had this can-do attitude. Like he has had so many different jobs. He's been an electrician. He's a painter. It's like all things, but he's also an artist. Like he paints canvases, and this is not by him, but
Sure.
you know, like that's his passion, and I think I just got my, you know, appreciation for color and art through him. Like I helped him paint his entire apartment when I was a kid, and we were experimenting with how to like do lime wash and you know, like how different strokes of the brush, you know, create different dimensions. So he's the creative in our family, and I think I got a lot of that from him.
It's cool. My mom and aunt are twins, and similarly, they ran their own company and were color obsessed, and they'd wear this color lipstick on their lips. Oh, and then like everywhere we'd go, it'd be like pointing out the fuchsia and the lavender and like specific names for these colors. So naturally, like we become color obsessed as well. And then it's also kind of funny. TYB baby is something my mom used to say to me as a kid, like when I was tiny. Like that was like,
try your best.
Go out the door, try your best. And like at the time, I think I was Sunny's age, and there's a race around the school called the Pebble Pebble. Sunny's about to do it, very cute. And it'd be like TYB, and like fast forward, it had such, you know, a big impact. Yeah. Were there other kind of moments or little sayings or things that your dad did that kind of inspired more of who you've become?
I think both my mom and my dad made me believe that I was super capable and that anyone who told me otherwise was just jealous.
Okay.
That was, it's like the most Latina thing. Like if someone is like, oh, you're ugly, she's like, they're jealous. And I'm like, or maybe my clothes are actually a little ugly, but sure, you know, like, but my mom was just like, no, they're jealous. And then
Celosa? How do you say it?
Te tienen envidia.
Oh,
la envidia se la come. And she's like, they're so jealous. The jealousy could eat them up alive. No, that was literally like my mom's words. So I think, you know, when you hear something enough times, you start to believe it. And it goes both ways. If someone tells you bad things enough times, you'll start to believe that too. So, but yeah, I think that's a lot of where my confidence comes from, is like my parents just always making me believe that I was capable, that I was beautiful, that I was smart. And anyone who told me otherwise were just
jealous. Is that, how do you say jealous in Spanish?
So, envidiosa or celosa. Celosa is more when you're when you're jealous of like a partner.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like jealousy that way. But envidia is when you are jealous.
Like envious.
Yeah, envious.
I see.
Yeah.
Got it. So interesting. Recently, I know we've kind of come up together, I guess, just career-wise or business building-wise with OV, Ceremonia, and then now TYV. About 2 years ago, I was like, oh my God, like love doing so much, but also need like a little bit of an antidote to that. So for me, it's been riding horses. Maybe you've seen. I have a whole fleet of horses now.
I'm envidiosa.
Yeah, you need to come and ride with me. Yeah. What do you do for yourself? What do you find is kind of that unlock or release?
So I really love duality, and I'm such a Sagittarius. Like I joke that like, for my cup to be filled, I need like quiet walks in the park, you know, crazy party dancing on the table, you know, being a nurturing mom and a boss at work. Like it's like the biggest contrast. Like that's what brings me joy. And I really love the contrast that work and family brings to me, because through work, I get a lot of my socializing, I get a lot of my creative power, I get a lot of my, even partying, like we hosted this crazy Bad Bunny party here, you know, like I get a lot of that, you know, through me, like into my system. And then my family life is like the yin to the yang. I love being a super involved mom. Like I never thought I was going to become such a granola mom. Like tell
me more, like specifics. I'm so interested.
Yeah,
I can tell a little bit from afar, but I'm going to come visit you and
I'm super involved with like my kids' activities. So like they have international week at school next week. Like you better believe I have a whole day there where we're going to do salsa dancing with the entire school. I'm bringing like our traditional cinta braid into that. Like I block off a lot of time to make my kids' life memorable and
so cool
for them to feel important, because I can never win the race of spending the most hours with my kids. Realistically, you know, I'm not a stay-at-home mom, but I can be very intentional with how I spend my time. So I invest a lot in like little projects with them or getting involved in their school. They are so proud when I come to their school. So like I just try to see what matters to them and then I do more of that. And being involved in their worlds is something that matters a lot. And then doing solo things. So
with the 4 girls, taking them out like individually.
One by one. Yeah. So I took Alma to a Broadway show. I took Selma to Disney on Ice, and you know, like doing like little mommy-daughter dates.
And you've been bedazzled today.
Oh, yes. These were all my pants, and then I was moving them, and I was like, okay, I guess they're going to end up on my hand for now.
I love it so much.
Yeah, my Frida, the 1.5-year-old twin, did this.
So cute. Sunny, that's her favorite thing too. Okay, quick pause. If we look into your bag today, like what are the 5 key products you're most obsessed with?
I mean, this always.
Okay. I'm taking that one, by the way.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I can grab my bag.
Yeah, let's grab it.
Yeah. Love these big-ass headphones, by the way.
Okay.
These are just like noise canceling.
And you take the train?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Back to Tuxedo. Got it. An hour?
Yeah. Love this lip balm from Made.
I don't know Made.
It's also Latina founded.
Okay.
I also love that they have this metal applicator, so it's like cooling on the lips, and it's like the quality of ingredient of this is almost like an overnight lip treatment.
Okay.
Like that's how incredible it is.
Gotta get them on too, Abby.
I also, yes, you do. I also have a little pocket mirror always for my
cute.
From Ceremonia.
I'm going home with one today.
Yep, you definitely must. I also love Kosas. This, my favorite thing is just like a little lip liner and then the gloss.
Okay.
And this lip liner is so beautiful. It's like, how would you describe this color?
It's kind of
like rusty, I don't know.
Well, it's not coming to me. What is it?
Need your mom.
Yeah, where's my mom? And her lipstick.
I always have a scrunchie. This is a Ceremonia satin
Do the
scrunchie.
little girls wear this too?
They have too little hair for the big scrunchie.
Okay.
Actually, Selma can wear this.
I think I've seen it maybe
Yeah.
bouncing around.
Yeah, but they,
so cute.
this on them, game changer. Like when they do their little ballet buns, perfect.
I love it.
Also, I stopped walking around with my laptop. I got a stationary computer at my office here, at my home office, and then when I'm traveling or on the go, I just have
so you don't have to
iPad.
schlep the whole thing.
And then you can actually have a chic bag for work.
That's
You know, you're not a crazy bag lady. Yeah, so I swapped out the laptop for a really good iPad and then having actual proper computers at the office. I want like a big screen. I don't want to hunch over a laptop.
Yeah, no, I get it. Totally cool. I love
Those
it.
are my obsessions.
It's been a pleasure to kick off Obsessions with you.
Yes, I know.
Thank you. This is Obsessions With, and I'm Ty Haney. It's a podcast, a vlogcast, where I interview close friends of mine and the founders building the most successful and most loved brands and businesses today.